Welcome to the 101, the show dedicated to entrepreneurs and small business people. I'm Crisha House, and with me, as always, Michael Morris.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. You ready to get into this stuff today?
I'm always ready.
All right. Why don't you tell them what the topic is that we discussed that we were going to bring up today?
Well, we are going to talk about what overcoming failure, or how did you word it exactly?
Well, when you brought up discussing entrepreneurship and failure, what I said was dealing with failure and how to move past it.
Dealing with failure, that's what
Right.
it was. Yes.
And the thing about this is this kind of happened to us last week where we were not with us personally, but with a client. So I thought it was perfect timing that you brought this up. But I want to get to the issue of failure. Failure means you found a way it doesn't work. If you stop, then it failed. The whole point of anything you're doing is to find the ways that it won't work and to change it so that it does. You're not trying to find the easiest route, because if you're an entrepreneur, it's never easy. Every single day when you hear somebody say it's a grind, it is a grind. It is putting in 16 to 18 hours, taking your kids to softball, baseball, volleyball, and then going right back to it. Lacrosse. I'm sorry, I forgot lacrosse.
Throw that one in there, please.
But in that instance, what has come up is, and I want to get into this story right away because I told you this story, and it's the most frustrating thing in the world because...
Get it out. Let it out.
So what I was saying to you is you have people that want to win the trophy, right? They want the trophy, they want the awards. They don't want to win overall. And when I say that, the example is we have a client who he left a very big, successful corporate business to be an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. And the worst thing ever happened. He won, and he won right away. He won within 45 days, which we're all happy when somebody wins. However, he didn't have to get kicked in the face to get there. If you don't know the work ethic that you have to have and the times you have to fail and it seems like it's not going anywhere, you didn't learn the lesson. So it's hard to succeed right away because then you feel like things are regressing, they're failing, they're going backwards. Mm-hmm. That's not the case. The hardest thing to do as an entrepreneur is it's not starting the business, having the concept, putting it in play. It is finding a way to keep it, to retain it.
Right. So you said this person, they won.
Right.
But did they win? Really?
Well, the difference would be, in his opinion, he won big because he looked at it. This is what I'm looking at for the next 12 months. And we always talk about planning. You want to look at your plan on a year-to-year basis. So If he would map it out through the end of the year, yes, he definitely wins. However, if he doesn't retain, let's say he has 4 clients and he doesn't retain 2 of them because he stopped. He took his foot off the pedal.
I was waiting for that, the stop part to come into play.
Well, the part that was hard for me on this side is, even though we're doing really well, we're having the best year we've ever had. And in fact, in 20 years of doing this, it's been our most successful, right? But we still wake up every day like we're broke. Like it is, we work 6 days a week. Now, I'm not going to say on Sunday that we're digging a hole, but we're ready for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday while clients are enjoying their weekend. We are prepared. So when we're coming to you with ideas and concepts and here's what we need to do, so you don't have to think about it. The reason they're winning is partially because of the work that's being done on the back end. But if you're not putting in that 6-7 days a week, especially when you start, you're going to fail in your eyes because you didn't plan ahead. So part of the conversation was,
get comfortable. People get comfortable and they stop.
And that's the worst thing you can do. When you're comfortable, when you're at ease,
you slow down, you let up off the gas a little bit.
And that's when somebody else can come in and take what you did. So if you're in a business where you're trying to get customers or you're trying to get clients, when you stop and you feel complacent, somebody else will take what you've got. Mark Cuban, who owns the Mavericks, he's on Shark Tank.
I love him.
His quote is, work like there's someone trying to take everything away from you every 24 hours. And this guy doesn't need money, right? But he constantly wants to, it's not the money that interests him, it's growing something, right?
Correct.
when you're looking at revenue as how successful you are, you will lose every time because there's never enough money. When you achieve something and you're not waiting on the trophy, and I always say that because how many people complain because your kid gets a trophy because they're on a team?
Participation awards?
Right. Well, I guess that they are called participation trophies, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's wrong to make a kid feel like they're special or they're part of something.
Right.
You're part of something when your name's on the back of a shirt or when you're part of a team. But, to me, there were people that fill a role. And if you didn't put in the time, if you're not going to put in the effort, this applies to business, sports, anything in your life.
Mm-hmm.
What we do with this show, we have to partner on this thing. Whether we're getting along on a Tuesday or not, we have to work on this together.
And we've had our moments where we are wanting to kill each other the day before we have to walk into the studio.
Right,
So.
but because we're creating something. So when you're creating something, you can't take it easy. You can't wake up and go, I did so much yesterday. I'm doing great. You got to wake up like somebody's taking that away from you. So in this situation, a couple of things, like he made a choice to get rid of a client. In the other case, he stepped their spending level down and he's in a panic. And what I was saying to him is, this is not motivational speak, this is business. You have to look at it and say, how do I generate more business out of the hours I'm spending? So when we talked about LinkedIn and Instagram and those kind of things,
Right.
We talked about that, the 3-part series we did on marketing, which you can listen to where, go ahead and, it's a cheap plug. You can look right into the camera and tell them if you want to.
Oh, that's right. We're live today, aren't we? We have a YouTube channel set up, the 101 radio spot. Check us out there. You can go to the Bag of Life, click on the 101 tab. You can submit any questions, comments that you have to us. It'll come right to us, and you can also listen to past shows. So check it out.
Yeah, so after that cheap plug, the point being that when we talked about those pieces, the discussion we had off the air was people think having followers and people like your pieces that you're putting out means something. It doesn't. If you're spending 2 hours putting that together just to chase likes, like we know somebody who if I get to 1,000 likes, I'm going to give away this or this or this. So you spent all this time pushing towards a goal that makes you $0. And in fact, it costs you money because you're giving them a gift for following. What I'd rather see somebody do is instead of trying to get 1,000 people to like their stuff or follow them on Instagram, find 10 clients in a month, not in a day. Find 10 people that you can do business with. Find a way to grow your business because growing your content is not the point. So you have a lot of people looking at you and paying attention to you. How much money are you generating? How much money do you keep off of that?
Right. What's the purpose of that?
Right. So that's kind of the frustrating part is I see it all the time and we discuss it when we're not doing the show. And it's frustrating on this side because I see people that think that they're winning because they're getting their ego stroked. Like when we do the show, whether this is the first time we're doing it on Facebook Live, but when we do the show and we post the videos and all, a lot of people like it. Does that mean that they listen to it? We don't know.
Do you get mad when people don't like, you post something and you don't get any likes on it?
You mean if I'm posting a meme? Because I think those are hilarious. People love that.
They do love your memes.
When we are doing the shows or videos, I don't pay attention to if they like it or don't like it because all we're doing is creating content.
Right.
But
people who want to see that are going to connect with it and they're going to like it or they're going to share it, and it needs to be real and not a forced thing.
But just because somebody likes it, and I don't mean likes it like they tell you to your face, they like it on Facebook or on Instagram.
Right.
That doesn't make you any money. If it doesn't generate revenue, you are putting something out for people to see for future business to come.
But the more people you are in front of, it can be a numbers game. The more people you are in front of, the more people hopefully will like and see your stuff. And maybe you have 200 people like and see your things that are in different states or really a different country. It's not going to use you. Not going to use your service. They like your thing, but there might be a chance that they're connected to somebody
but that's
can see that.
To that point, it's you don't know who's going to see it. Mm-hmm. But if you're putting something out and, if you look at an Instagram video or you look at a Facebook video that we're producing, it's not costing us anything to do it. We're already doing it, so we're just kind of summarizing what
like
we did.
This.
Right, and it doesn't cost anything. So, but if one person out of 1,000 people that watch this or like it or whatever happens calls you, that could be $10,000.
They're going to like it because you have your Orioles shirt on.
Well, I have to represent because I'm the only guy in Columbus that's going to wear a Baltimore
I was
Orioles.
waiting for a WWE shirt, to be honest.
Well, I wanted to dress up because we were doing Facebook Live. But what I want to do right now is I do want to take a quick break because when we get back into this, I think we're going to go on a roll. So we're going to take a break right now. You're listening to the 101.
As a mom, I'm always looking for quick and easy solutions to those everyday problems. You know, like how do I get my kids to stop fighting? The ever popular sound of I'm bored, and then there's keeping them occupied in the car.
Introducing the Bag O' Life, pre-made solutions for life's moments. There's the get-along bag, the boredom bag, the travel bag, and more. These bags bring everyone together and inspire fun. To learn more or to order, go to life.com. A bag for life's moments, a memory maker.
If your business is aiming for the stars but is stuck in the fog, call Mr. Biz at Wentworth Financial Partners. If profits are what you prefer, call Mr. Biz. If cash flow is a concern, call Mr. Biz. If growth is your goal, you guessed it, call Mr. Biz. We are so confident in our results-oriented approach, we'll even guarantee it. Visit WentworthFinancialPartners.com to learn more about our guaranteed CFO services or call us at 614-962-7CFO. That's WentworthFinancialPartners.com.
Hi, this is Jeff with Myers Jewelers. If you're in the market for a Tacori engagement ring and or wedding band, let Myers Jewelers be your one-stop Tacori destination. Myers Jewelers has the largest selection of both Tacori engagement and wedding bands in Central Ohio. We also are the exclusive Tacori dealer for the exquisite Royalty Collection. We also have a multi-million-dollar selection of certified loose diamonds in every shape, size, and quality as well. Come visit the family on Stringtown Road in Grove City and experience Myers Jewelers.
At Grandview Dental Care, they understand the anxiety you feel toward the dentist office. To help you overcome that fear, they offer safe and comfortable sedation options. They're one of the few Columbus dentists licensed to perform IV sedation. This advanced form of dentistry, called sedation dentistry, enables their doctors to completely treat you with a pain-free dental procedure. Don't fear the dentist. See and feel the difference at Grandview Dental Care. Call them today, 614-486-7378 or grandviewdentalcare.com.
I'm Dr. Buzz, DC, with Buckeye Physical Medicine and Rehab, Columbus's largest hormone replacement center. For the cost of a cup of coffee a day, you can completely reverse the effects of aging and the aches and pains of low T. Thousands of patients that suffer from low T have come to us to rejuvenate their youth. Buckeye Physical Medicine patients have enhanced their energy levels, rid themselves of inflammation, and feel years younger. Call Buckeye Physical Medicine and Rehab at 614-721-5698. That's 614-721-LOW-T. Or visit BuckeyePMR.com today.
Every day, careless drivers drive away from car crashes they cause while you're left behind, injured, without a car, and unable to work. It gets worse. Careless Drivers Insurance Company may refuse to pay you. Your insurance company may refuse to help you. You'll have to do one thing. Get Scott Smith and get justice. We have the experience and the resources to get you the results you need and deserve. Call 888-311-LAWS. That's 888-311-LAWS, or visit us at sestriallaw.com. Get Scott Smith. Get justice.
As a mom, I'm always looking for quick and easy solutions to those everyday problems. You know, like how do I get my kids to stop fighting? The ever popular sound of I'm bored, and then there's keeping them occupied in the car.
Introducing the Bag O' Life, pre-made solutions for life's moments. There's the get-along bag, the boredom bag, the travel bag, and more. These bags bring everyone together and inspire fun. To learn more or to order, go to life.com. A bag for life's moments, a memory maker.
And welcome back to the 101. Blah, I can't even talk today. Got a cold and I can't talk.
It sounds like we have multiple shows going on.
101. Let's get back into this. We kind of got off topic a little bit back into social media thing, but let's jump back on the failure.
Right. And again, let's not call it
I don't
failure.
like that word.
Well, I think when you're discussing concepts, you have to use the concepts that people understand. So when we're saying failure just means you didn't complete it. To me, you are only failing if you stop. You're making a face. So
right.
Go ahead.
No, I agree with you on that. Failure to me is you just give up. You don't move forward. You just, this didn't work out. I'm done. And you don't move, you don't try to figure your way past that. That
Right.
to me is failure also.
So what a part of this, and then again, this goes back to the conversation, the story I'm telling. And I don't know how you feel about this, but I think using real world scenarios of what we see and telling people, because I think if you can identify that a lot of people are doing the same thing, they're thinking they're winning because they're producing a product and that's the end of it. They're thinking that people are paying attention to me and that's the end of it. The end of the day, what we're talking about is building a business that feeds your family.
Right.
You cannot feed them on likes. You cannot feed them on T-shirts. You cannot feed them on how you feel.
But you know what I like about that? They're going to figure it out. Hopefully, they'll see it as, I don't want to say failure, but something that didn't work.
Right.
And granted, that's time wasted.
Right, but
I don't even want to say time wasted. If they
it's time
learn from
invested.
it and
It's
grow,
time invested.
yes. If they learn from it and grow from it and learn to fix their mistakes, then my gosh, fail away.
Right.
Personally,
But that's the
I've
point.
done that plenty.
Well, we all have. I've told you the story of how my company, I was being billed incorrectly for over a year and I lost over $100,000. Not that I had it. I wasn't able to check what was happening. And it's not like I went out of business. I had to figure out a new system, right? And I'm just saying that when you're doing that as a business, I'm not talking about my personal income, but I'm end up paying for other people's things because a mistake was made on the other end. So everybody's happy except me. So we had to learn a lesson there. I'm just saying that other people can learn these same lessons, but getting back to the person I'm talking about, one of the things, and I had to learn this early, is you got to swallow your pride. When I tell a new client what we're doing, and I always joke when I said you're not digging a ditch, but I look at it as every single day you are digging a hole. That hole can be something negative, losing money, but if you keep digging, you're going to hit something. So if you keep going and going, you can't take time off. I make no excuses. If you look at my Facebook or Instagram, when I'm with my daughter, everything kind of shuts down, right?
As it should.
As it should. But
you.
Saturdays are the only day that it's kind of off limits. We're working on Sundays. We're working at night. We're doing those things. When you think that you're more talented or more necessary to somebody's organization, you're wrong. You
can always be replaced.
Right. You have to look at it. If I lost this client or this customer, how do I gain one like that, but better? You always have to be stacking the deck in your favor. And in this case, the person that I'm talking about has a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of talent, but does not understand as an entrepreneur, nobody cares because you're not applying for a job. You are saying, I am a business, I'm a company. In that scenario, you have to prove your value. And then, so you get hired, that's your new client. Once you're doing your job, there's no pat on the back because you're getting paid.
Job.
The check is the pat on the back. That's what you get. They might express that they're happy with you, but again, you have to keep proving your worth. The worst thing is...
Thank you. That drives me nuts. Today's society, it is I expect you to pay me this, and once you're paying me what I think I'm worth, then I'm going to produce for you. It needs to be the other way around.
Well, I've had people say that to me. If you pay me $75,000, I'll do this for you. And the thing they're talking about is the thing I already do. Right? So I'm going to generate the revenue to pay you so you can do what? Now,
what I do, what you do.
The pat on the back thing, I am really guilty of this because I try to make sure that I thank people. There's a lot of times I don't. And I appreciate what everyone does for me or to help us get where we're going.
You're not great at
I don't express anything normally whatsoever because I'm just like constantly thinking.
You're not great at taking those compliments or those things either.
Right, but I don't live for that. Like to me, I want to me, the biggest thing is when I see somebody else win. So that's why this story of who we're talking about, I was so happy for him in the beginning. But I said, this is just the beginning. You cannot stop. When you start to believe your own gimmick, You can't get out. Now all of a sudden you say, well, why doesn't everybody have me? And everybody's guilty of that, because when you get these small wins, when you start out as an entrepreneur, a small business, you think you've got it. You don't.
I've never thought that I've got it. I'm
right, but you are calm about it. And my thing is, I want to see somebody that's really hyped up about it. If you call me and ask me a question about marketing or about this show or shows in general or whatever, I want to overdo things. When I get the most excited is when I can educate somebody else on this, especially when they want to start out. Like anybody that's a small business, they're like, well, I kind of have this concept. I want to flesh that concept out. It's when you go, well, I'm thinking about this, and like I start getting irritated because I'm like, you have a nugget of an idea. Let's make it bigger. If you're not going to make it bigger, then why are you bothering with it? You know,
fear. The fear of failure. Well, I have this great idea. I want to do it, but
okay. But Tesla just passed GM as the biggest car company in the country. That has been like a 10 to 15 year window of when they were joking about I mean, I remember the first time I saw a Tesla battery. What do you even call those things? You know, when you go to Easton and you see like there's a battery pack there and then there's one car sitting there. If you go to Easton now.
Yeah. I have a friend that has a Tesla.
Oh, so you just have a bunch of high rollers that you're friends with. Thanks for rubbing that in. Look, I don't know anything about Tesla. All I know is it's not cheap, but you had people laughing at Elon Musk. And now, I mean, his face is all over the place. He's building reusable rockets that can go into space and come back. And you're thinking like, how does this one guy do it? You know how? Now it's cost him a couple marriages, and I think he has like more kids than rabbits have, but he puts everything into it. So when he sold PayPal.
But he's not alone in doing it though.
No, but here's an example of investing in yourself. He sells PayPal and immediately puts it into Tesla to the point where, I mean, in a one day, give me this check. I'm putting this into Tesla and this research. He had to borrow money from his mother to pay his rent. Okay. That's how you should look at your business is every day that the rent is due and I don't have it. I got to find out by 5 o'clock or 8 o'clock or midnight how to generate that money. And that's the thing about the trophy doesn't mean anything. The check is really the trophy. You want to get thousands of trophies a year.
Right.
And you want to be able to keep at least 50% of it. The government will probably take as much as they can, but that's how you win. You have to, you love to talk about goal setting. You have to set that goal.
Right.
That should be your goal, right?
To what?
Whether it's to win at every scenario, but establish what that is, because it's not money.
Right. To me, making so much money so I can buy a Tesla, buy a big house, that's not winning to me. I mean, yeah, it'd be great to have those things, but that is not what drives me and what's important.
But what does drive you?
What drives me?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Because you're running a business, several businesses. There's got to be something that you're looking at and saying, this is what I'm getting up for. Because you send me emails and texts and all kinds of things over and over late at night. I know it's not driving you to do that because you're not getting paid for it.
Different things drive me. I like the challenge of trying to figure something out. That pushes me. When I fail or something I think is going to work doesn't work, I don't shut down. I don't know. It excites me.
You're passionate about it.
Yeah, I get passionate about it. And
it's
I'm
your
like,
heartbeat
okay,
song.
there is.
Say heartbeat song again.
My heartbeat song.
I haven't heard that in a couple weeks.
I have not said it just
I don't even
to
know
save
what that
your
means.
ears.
I don't even know what that means.
I'll play the song for you.
God,
Don't
please.
worry. But yeah, I love puzzles. I like to figure things out. I like accomplishing things. I like people. I do. I like
people.
I like all people, even the ones that I dislike. I still like them. See?
Yes,
I know. We all know you're not a people person.
I'm not, but I'd love to see people
But if
win.
I can do something to put a smile on someone's face, to support a relationship between another person, myself, and whomever, if I can help, service, to another person,
Would you say,
I love that.
Would you
I
say
dig
it's
it.
you love being a part of something?
It's not even that. I mean, I
don't mean like jumping on the coattails, but being a part of something that's going to grow. Because that's really what, as human nature, is that we want to
I like
see,
to grow things.
Right.
I like to, a lot like you, we've talked about this all the time. I like to engage and support, and I'm a good cheerleader.
You're an excellent cheerleader.
You know, you can do it.
Yeah.
It's just, and it just is a natural thing for me. You know, I used to feel bad about it. You're too nice, you're too this, you're too, and it's like, that's who I am.
Well, there's
Deal
no
with
such
it.
thing as too anything.
Well,
I mean, you can be too annoying, but people can walk away if they like. Not
very
you.
true.
I just mean,
thank you.
there are no negatives to what you're doing. If you're all in, I'd rather be around somebody who's all in about something than somebody who's just kind of wishy-washy. Like, you've seen it. Like, if somebody's around and if I don't think they're all in, I literally will walk away because I don't want to be mean, but I can't. You get 86,400 seconds in a day, and I can't have you take any of those.
People are human. You can control yourself and yourself only. So, yeah, if you don't like something, you
don't have to
walk away from it.
participate.
You don't have to.
And that goes to, negativity.
Saying no is okay.
Right. But, to kind of summarize this point, this was a butting of heads where I was trying to say, these are the things you so badly don't want to lose. You can't win.
Well, what do I tell you all the time? You'll call me and you'll get so fired up. Like, I can fix this. This is happening. And oh my gosh, this will fix it. And they're not listening.
You tell me that people are garbage. Oh, wait, I say that to you. Listen, I understand that you tell me that I can't have passion for them. And I understand that.
Right. You can't.
It's just a matter of when it's the reason why a great coach can look at a player and get more out of them if that player doesn't listen. It's why that player goes from the starting five to the bench.
You're talking sports.
Okay.
You lost me.
I'm trying to think. Downton Abbey. Do you want me to? I don't
No,
know.
go ahead. I'm just kidding.
No, but I'm just saying that when you see somebody has a lot of talent,
right,
but they are uncoachable, they won't listen. And I'm not saying I'm the expert or anything. I'm just saying when it comes to starting a small business and failing, I know. But I've lasted this long because I won't quit. And when people say, I'll never quit, my will is this strong.
Think of it like a kid, though. When you were a kid, your parents would say, don't do this. What do?
Well, I did it.
You do it because you're not going to listen to somebody. You have to learn the hard lesson on your own.
Right.
And you have to be the strong person to, when they come back to you and say, I'm ready for your help now, to not say I told you so.
Right. Well, I understand that's part of the quote unquote failure. I understand that. It is, sometimes you have to let go and let them. All I'm saying is when you're losing, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay to lose and learn. It's not okay to quit.
We are out of time for this week. We get on this roll. Thank you for listening to the 101. We discussed a little bit about failure today. This also will be up on our website. Go to thebagolife.com, click on the 101 tab. You can listen to all of our past episodes. And next week, we actually have a guest coming in.
Great. We can both
with
rest
us.
our voices and they could talk.
You can rest your voice.
That would be awesome.
So thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to a Morris Media production.